Well, a very good morning, everyone. Great to have you with us wherever you might be watching. Here in northern Tasmania, you might be in Northern Ireland. The live stream allows you to watch it from anywhere in the world on a beautiful winter's morning. It does feel like it today. It's cool, but the wind is just picking up a little bit, but bright sunshine at UTAS Stadium, and we're looking forward to the two best teams in women's football in the Ntfa. Old Launcestonians and Bridge North. They've dominated the scene for the last couple of years, and it's a great rivalry, and they're about to face off once again. We'll be crossing down to our ground announcer Damien Jones shortly for the pre-game, but right now it's a great pleasure to introduce my co-commentary team. Firstly to Rob Sowd. Rob, it's always great grand final day, isn't it? And terrific buzz for those who missed it. Unbelievable under-18s grand final where Bridge North came from 28 points down in the third quarter to almost get it at the end. But it's a great day, and welcome to you.
It is, and it's always great to catch up, Rick, and get the band back together, as it were. I'm going to make a prediction, Rick, that unlike a lot of movie sequels where the sequel isn't as good as the original, I reckon we're going to have an absolute cracker here today between these two, who you will remember, and I know our other special comments member will remember. Last year, Bridge North undefeated all year in this competition, but OL's got hold of them on grand final day with a big upset. So can they do it again? Well,
that's the question. Bridge North have only lost one game this year as well, and as a segue into welcoming Darren Geard with us, it's going to be a great day, and I know obviously in your role, great to have you with us, Geardy as well, and obviously part of AFL Tasmania team, but these two sides, I think they're going to put on a good show.
Oh, look, I think so. Over the course of the year, you probably think Bridge North would be probably favourite today, but OL's did manage to beat them earlier in the year, so it'll be an interesting contest.
They did, round 10 in fact, 20 points. They met in the second semi a couple of weeks ago, and there was that horrible weekend of weather that we had here, and neither side kicked a goal. It was a thriller. Bridge North won by 3 points. It was 5-2 like a soccer game.
Well, I thought of you. I know what a big soccer fan you are. I thought Rick Fontaine's tuning into the Eredivisie, and Ajax 5-2 over their opponents.
Yes, if only. Hasn't been a good year and a bit for them. All right, we're not too far away from the national anthem and the introductions. The Premiership Cup will be brought out by a couple of legends. This is a good thing as well. Each club got their legends to come out with the Premiership Cup, and that'll be Di Ketchell from Bridge North and Bernie Brown from Old Launcestonians. And as we await for all of this to begin, we might head down to the ground and catch up with Damien Jones, who is our ground announcer for this, as Old Launcestonians make their way into position as well. And then we won't be too far away from the bounce down. Of course, we've got the men's reserves coming up a little bit later on. South Launceston and Longford. I think it's Longford's about their fourth grand final in a row, I think, in the reserves, and then they'll meet in the seniors as well. But let's cross down to Damien Jones on the ground.
We'd now like to call on club legends representing Bridge North, Di Ketchell, and Old Launcestonians, Bernie Brown, to bring out the Premiership Cup. Now call on the captains to come forward for the toss of the coin, with Di Ketchell to toss the coin and the Old Launcestonians captain to call. Old Launcestonians won the toss and are kicking to the northern end. I'd now like to ask all patrons to be upstanding for the national anthem.
Australians on rejoice, for we are one and free, with golden soil and wealth for toil. Our home is good by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty, rich and rare. In history's page, let every stage of birds Australia bear. In joyful strains, and let us sing of birds Australia
It always gets you going, doesn't it, Rob Soward? Hearing that anthem before a big game of sport, regardless of what sport it is.
Absolutely, it's just a wonderful addition to what is a very, very special day. As you've said, Rick, we've got a few repeats of last year. You mentioned the game coming up next, but this one promises to be an absolute cracker. Bridgnorth would say they'd be out for redemption, but you can't take back what happened 12 months ago. They'll want to create their own history today.
Indeed, they certainly will. And well done to our umpires as well today. Big day for them, like getting into a footy team. They also get selected the best ones of the year. So we've got in the goals Ethan Tudor and Jeremy Ware. Our boundary umpires today, Indiana Leonard and Albie McCallum. And in the field, Bo Skinner and Jeff Dolby. Now, I'm going to just fantasise over 27 years ago when I did the grand final here. Was with Jeff Dolby. I'm long retired. Jeff Dolby, good on you. He's still out there calling the game, umpiring the game.
I did hear a whisper, Rick, that they went and grabbed him out of the museum just over the way here. But fantastic, Jeff.
Great fella too. Terrific fella. Giddy, how do you see this game going?
Well, it'd be interesting to see which team settles first. I think it'll be a high-paced start, and I think either side really probably wants to get that early scoreboard ascendancy.
All right, well, players are going into positions. As we said, it's a beautiful day. Let's just have a look at what the conditions are like. It's 11 degrees at the moment in Launceston, and the wind, it's a bit of a southerly today. Obviously, it is a chilly day, and but conditions near on perfect, and it looks like Bo Skinner is going to have the duties with the opening. Well, it's not the bounce anymore, is it? That was a great part of the game at this level, but Bo, big moment for the young man, and we're just about to go. It's going to be Bridgnorth kicking to the city end, and it looks like we've got might be the best netballer in Tasmania there, Ash Moore, who's going to start in the ruck for Old Launcestonians. Here we go, opening term, Premier Division Women's Grand Final. And they negate each other. Ball spills, still in that centre square, plenty of plays around the ball. Trying to get it clear, spills out towards the wing position. Picked up there nicely, that was Rankin. Had a terrific year as well, and it's going to be a free kick going the way of Taya Richardson for the Parrots. She'll kick just forward of the centre, mark almost taken, and the ball pinned in there. I reckon we're going to get a ball up. Carly Farrow there for Old Launcestonians amongst it as well. So we've got Moore and Monique Dufty. And quite ironic, they're two of the best netballers in Tasmania, Rob Soward, and they're contesting each other here in the ruck as well.
Yeah, they're absolutely terrific athletes, and you're going to need that on a day like today. We know the challenges this big ground brings. Bridgnorth away through the agency of Alice Robertson. Beautiful smother on that occasion by Madeline Brown. We know what a champion player Robinson is, state player, captain of this side, but terrific on that occasion from Brown, preventing a shot on goal. Boundary throw in here just on the 50. Moore and Dufty. They'll be critical today to the outcome of this game, I've got no doubt about. Beats them all, actually, that one. That's found space, open space, that throw. Ruckman just out of position there, but there on the replay you see what a wonderful smother that was. Robinson disappointed. But Brown, goal-saving effort there. Take two on the boundary throw-in. Rucks do battle. It's a shorter throw. Moore, hand on it. Probably tapped it to Bridgnorth's advantage. They've got the numbers around the footy. Lots of bodies around the footy. Scrambling around trying to get the ball out. OL's player tackled there, holding the ball, suggests Rick Fontaine, Madeline Fry that was, good tackle. And as Darren Geert said, Rick, whichever side settles first, it's going to be critical. We saw OLs being that team last year.
From that ball up, comes to ground. There's Dufty in amongst it, and she's both umpires whistling there. The senior, Jeffrey Dolby, comes in and he'll toss it up. So Moore and Dufty will go at it again. Just forward of the centre, Bridgenorth's favour. Nicely done. Sophie Rankin has had a tremendous season for the Parrots, and here she is again, just trying to collect the ball. And that's the beauty of this oval ball. You just never know which way it's going to go. So, Darren Geert, would you sum up the first, almost 3 minutes?
It's a game that really sort of hasn't had a forward entry yet. It's sort of been between the arcs. I think what you spoke about, I think the two rucks there, Dufty and Moore, are going to be critical to the success of either team.
So the ball towards the boundary. Good strong tackle there by Hovington, and the ball trickles out of bounds. So good contest there with Chelsea Bessemer for Bridgenorth. So it's about probably 65 metres around from Bridgenorth's goal. They're kicking to the city end here at UTAS Stadium in perfect conditions. Dufty got a favourable throw in there over the back, and there might have been a little bit of holding there, picked up by the umpire. And it's going to be a Bridgenorth free kick going to Richardson, who's been in it early. So she'll kick this inside 50. Opportunity for the tall players. Nicely collected there by Ketchell. And looking for out in the full, but no, nothing doing. Emily McKinnell thought it might have been. We're going to get a throw in. So deep in the forward 50 here for the Parrots. Right forward pocket. About 15, 20 metres out from the goal. Ashmore in the ruck. And this time against Bessemer, and that ball's pinned in and not going anywhere, so we'll get a ball up.
It looks like Mon Dufty's not going into the forward half there, so she's basically setting up that wall there.
Special comments from Darren Geert. There's Rankin again. She's been in it, everything early on. She said she's had an outstanding season. Here's McKinnell, tackled, got the handball out. And again, bottled up there. We'll get another ball up. So it's a dangerous position, scoring position here for the Parrots. We've played 4.5 minutes. No score. Moore thumps it down out wide. Here's Mayburn. Can't pick it up. Again, the ball bottled up. It's going to cross the line. It is. And the young boundary umpire, Rob Sauer, has had a busy start here in this grand final.
He's going to need to put that arm on ice, I reckon. Rick, he's certainly been very busy, but a lot of pressure around the footy from both sides, but particularly in this part of the ground from OLs.
So boundary throw in.
Moore gets front position. Umpires, I thought, might have found a free kick, but says no, I'll have it again. You use a lot of petrol tickets doing this sort of stuff, this hard physical stuff, so it'll be interesting to see if the sides can carry this forward across the game on this big ground. High ball there from the Bridgenorth forward, pumping it forward, and that's a terrific mark taken on this occasion by Emily McKinnell, the spearhead for the Parrots.
Too strong man.
Too strong, too smart, as you say,
Yeah.
Geardy. Got herself in a position where it was going to be very difficult for her opponent. And she's going to be shooting from directly in front, around about 20 metres out when she lets this one go. Strikes it nicely. All clear, says the umpire. The Parrots are on the board through the agency of Emily McKinnell. How did you see that one unfold, Darren Geert?
Well, pretty much reward for effort for Bridgenorth. They've controlled the territory. We haven't sort of seen any sort of forward entry from OLs at all at the moment. So, I think it was probably very important for Bridgenorth to actually get a score on the board.
Yeah, and as you say, different year, different game, but the ghosts of last year, I'm sure, are still flicking around at Parrot Park, or have been. That's just the start they wanted, Rick.
Indeed. So Emily McKinnell, her first, Bridgenorth's first, goal number 21 for the season for her. Leading goal kicker last year. Her teammate Jenna Griffiths on 25, so she's closing the gap there as Dufty gets the tap down for Bridgenorth, but it's not coming out. No, it eventually does spill out. Kicked forward there by Jamison. Just a bit of a fumble and not able to collect the ball. And that was Murphy. Kick comes forward and the mark is taken by Phoebe Ketchell. Immediately plays on. Kicks towards half forward. Beautiful pass too.
Chelsea Casino there.
Yep, had a good start to the game. And plays on, but the kick's a shocker. Right off the side of the boot and out of bounds on the full. So the relieving kick to be taken for for Old Launcestonians, and it's going to be the skipper in Mackenzie Lloyd. Kicks towards centre wing. The rucks, they're there. Lovely pick up there by Whitney, and high tackle as well. So that's going to be a free kick, and that's against Jess Jamison. So bright start here for Bridge North. 7.5 minutes played, opening term. Short pass towards centre half forward. Rankin unable to take the mark. Chance now for Jenna Griffiths, who won the MVP a couple of weeks ago for the Ntfa Premier Division Women. Her first possession of the day, and we're going to get a ball up about 55 out. Bridge North in attack.
It's be some worrying signs. I know it's early doors, but worrying signs for Bridge North, for OLs, because Bridge North have looked a lot cleaner. OLs have sort of been scrubby going forward, so they'll certainly want to tidy that up. They've got lots of bodies around the footy here at the moment. They certainly wouldn't want to concede another score at this early stage, already trailing 1 goal straight, 6-2-0. Right on the 50, Dufty punches it forward. OL's player ridden into the ground. Umpire not agreeing with me, saying that that'll be mine, and got a throw up around about 45 metres out from goal. More dangerous position. OL's come away with it. Great work there from Bridge North. Be a shot on goal here. Oh, offline on that occasion from Chelsea Bessemer. She had a little bit more time than she thought, I think, there, Darren Geard.
She did. Good young player, Chelsea. So first year out of under 16. So plays that handy second ruck role.
This is where it's going to be important for OLs that they try and spend some time in their own forward zone. That's a nice little pass there, and taken on that occasion by Hannah Williams. Far side of the ground, beautiful smother. Oh, that's terrific. I think that was Courtney Grice. Just that desperation that you want to see in a grand final, and they were looking to exit at that far side, OLs, but as a result of that desperation, Rick, a boundary throw in inside the Parrots 50.
So it's all Bridge North early. I don't think OLs have actually barely, if at all, been past the centre of the ground in the opening 9.5 minutes. So boundary throw in, again inside 50 for Bridge North. Rankin has had plenty of the ball early on, Sophie Rankin for Old Launcestonians. Ball now in the centre. There is a lot of space there if they can run onto it. And soccer might be the way to go. And here's the foot race. Does pick it up eventually. There's Amelia Dowling. And the players now come. Plenty of Bridge North players there. And Jeff Dolby's going to come in and toss it up. And as OL's come into the forward 50 for the first time in this grand final.
I think that's their style of play too. I think they like to sort of push up and then really try and expose sides on the counter attack.
Chance for Farrow now on the left, kicks it forward. Mark not taken. Opportunity to back up here. Carly Farrow tackled. And we'll get a ball up. Dangerous position. Only around 7 or 8 metres out from Old Launcestonians' goal. They're heading to the northern end in the first quarter. Numbers here with OLs, and they've done pretty well in the end there with Maddie Whitney being able to take it across the line in the left forward pocket for Bridge North, who lead 1-1-7. We've just crossed 10 minutes in the opening quarter. Old Launcestonians yet to score.
I don't think it matters how you take territory, Rick, as long as you're trying to play inside your forward 50.
Tapped down by Moore. Almost stolen. Crowd wanted ball. Ball comes out. Now here is a chance. Stews off the side of the boot there from Murphy, and they do come away with it. Still in a dangerous spot though, but lovely work there, and just able to get the kick away. Here is, well, there was a chance there for McKinnon, and it's booted off the ground, and again we've got a foot race in the centre of the ground. Immediately tackled, no prior opportunity. Play on, good umpiring. McKinnon, handball comes out. Looked for a free kick. Did Whitney. Now they do have numbers, and the kick comes inside 50. Good use of the body. Opportunity here for Hodgetts. Can she run on the ball? Outnumbered 2-1. Uses her body beautifully to pick up the ball. Mayburn there as well. Here is McKinnell, the goal kicker. Can she make it 2? It stews off the side of the boot towards the boundary line and over and out before Lucy Cooper could take possession. So dangerous position here, Darren Geard, as Bridge North deep in attack at the 12-minute mark, leading by 7 points.
Exactly. I think Abbey would probably be disappointed that OLs couldn't lock that ball in their forward half and actually, create a scoring opportunity. So Bridge North been able to transition Jenna Griffiths in particular out of that half-back line as well.
Throw-ins in now. Moore takes it out of the air. Rankin, high ball. Carries everyone, bounces outside the 50. Lux of Fortune, they're away, OLs. Beautifully done, back through the middle of the ground. Bounce could be dangerous. OLs have got the numbers around it, held up in the centre square. I think she'd also be disappointed too, Geardy, that their players aren't goal side when they're defending, and they're letting the ball out far too easily.
Yep.
Good example of that, Robinson drives it forward for the Parrots. OLs have got the numbers, dropped what they should have taken, so there's another example, not goal side. Oh, high tackle there on that occasion. Umpire blows the whistle.
Dana Lester there.
Dana Lester right on the spot. She's been good back there for the OLs Blues. Relieving free kick on the left foot. Kicks towards a contest. Potentially a throw there on that occasion.
A lot of state league netballers involved in this Premier Division football. Dana Lester, another, Darren.
Correct, yes.
Yeah. Sophie Rankin looked like she was about to shot put that one. She's put that one in the air, and umpire said that's a throw. Bit fumbly at the moment. There's a mark there dropped by the Parrots that they would normally take. Pressure perhaps from grand final day. The wind's a bit swirly, and obviously we had a little shower of rain overnight too, Rick, so that could be part of it as well.
Yep. Unfortunately, Hawthorn didn't shower champagne last night, but I've got over that, Rob.
No.
I don't think you have.
No.
No, well, I do know that Ken Hinkley's not on your Christmas card list.
Plenty of players around the ball here as well, and just waiting for it is Bessemer. Has had a good start. That ball's pinned in, and we'll get a ball up. Umpiring's been good so far. 14 minutes we've played in the first quarter. OL still looking for a score. They've had it in there 50 just once in this quarter. Great use of the body there. That was Monique Dufty. And we're going to get another ball up just inside 50. Jumped a little bit too early then, did Christina Kelly for OLs in the ruck. And I think when you don't have an out-and-out ruckman, Darren, you can get found out sometimes, particularly with timing.
Yeah, exactly. And Mon Dufty's obviously got a height advantage there, so he's been able to draw a free kick.
So she'll kick it towards full forward. Now, good positioning here, absolutely. Gee, she read that well, did Tegan Hodgetts. And she's going to line up from about 8 metres out on a very, very slight angle. And terrific to see she's going to kick the traditional drop punt, Darren, rather than going around the body.
It seems to be a trend, doesn't it? Or kicking
and
around.
has missed.
Perhaps she should have gone around the body.
Spoke too soon. So 1, 2, 8. And look at this. Great use of the body. Read that play very well, and a nice chest mark, unfortunately for her, and Bridge North just not able to finish it off.
No body on either with the defenders, and again that might be an Abbey Green talking point at quarter time.
That's a really strong mark, and that's taken there by Carly Farrow.
Carly Farrow, yes.
On the left foot. Left footers generally kick it well, that's no exception. On the centre wing position now. We've crossed 15 and a half minutes in the opening quarter. Here's a chance now for Rankin. Gets a good handball out to a teammate there in Kelly. The Cavalry arrive. Numbers still with OLs. They boot it forward, this time through Christina Kelly. And now the Cavalry are there, and we're going to get a ball up.
There's certainly a flock of Parrots around that one, Rick, that's for sure. And that's the siren to end the first quarter. Bridge North 1-2-8. Old Launcestonians yet to score. Emily McKinnell, the goal scorer. We'll hand over to Darren Geard in a moment for his take on that quarter. But Geardy, throw yourself into both coaches' minds at the moment, and perhaps in your thoughts share with us what would a main talking point be for each group.
Well, look, I think with Bridge North they'd be happy with the start. The fact that they've actually got the score on the board. Probably conversely with Abbey, probably just didn't make the most of their opportunities. They seem to have a bit of domination around the ball. Ashmore seems to be winning it out of the ruck over Mon Dufty on occasion, but don't seem to be able to win the ball at ground level. So, and I certainly know they've got some quality midfielders there. I know I've umpired a couple of the OLs games this year, and both Farrow girls are excellent. around the stoppage.
They've got to take territory, don't they? That's the key thing.
It is quarter time here at UTAS Stadium. A good start for Bridge North, 1-8. Leading Old Launcestonians yet to score. We're going to take a quick break. Back with the second quarter in just a few moments.
Harcourts, more than just real estate professionals.
It's a state of mind. Dreaming big, unearthing possibilities, identifying potential. We Tasmanians thrive on this. It's what makes us different. It's what drives us to succeed. Together, we can embrace the future. MCMF and us. A state of opportunity.
Imagine the possibility of selling beyond expectations. We're here to make that a reality. Harcourts, we make it possible.
Great to have your company. Rick Fontaine, Rob Soward and Darren Geard with you. It is the Ntfa Premier Division Women's Grand Final with thanks to Jeremy Wilkinson, Harcourts Launceston, and of course Cleanaway, the major sponsor of the women's competition. And it's been an entertaining opening quarter. It was a real dour struggle for about the first 7 or 8 minutes till Emily McKinnell kicked her first goal of the afternoon. Well, no, morning. And but it is a very, very tight contest. But wells, Darren, we were talking about it a little bit earlier. Just got to try a little bit fumbly, and you expect that in a grand final. But 3 quarters to go, they're only 8 points down.
That's exactly right, and I think that's probably the message that Abby would be trying to deliver, to say, well, you know, we really probably didn't play our best football, weren't able to sort of control the ball and get it into our forward half, yet we're only basically a goal behind. So it'll be interesting to see. I don't think the conditions favour any end. The under-18 certainly seem to be able to score at either end, so it'll be interesting to see how this quarter plays out. Unfortunately,
we don't have the wind socks that we do with the AFL.
Well, there's one over there.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, to the left of the scoreboard, which seems to say that it's favouring the Invermay Park end.
Yep. So
we know here, don't we? It's such a swirly ground.
Yeah.
Such a swirly ground.
From Benny Donaldson, cameraman extraordinaire. He's been filming every single game of this Ntfa Grand Final Series. So love your work, Benny D. Always does a fantastic job. Even focusing on our sponsors there, Harcourts Launceston. All right, we're just about set for action in the second quarter. It is the Parrots who are going to take an 8-point lead, and we'll be kicking with the aid of a breeze we've just worked out here in the second quarter. And it's going to be Moore in the ruck, and doing very well once again was Monique Dufty getting the tap. They know each other very well as netball opponents. Netball's coming out towards the boundary line. It scoots past everybody. The whistle goes. It did trickle out of bounds. Great spectators there on the other side of the ground. They're rugged up today. It is a very cool day, around about 11 degrees. It's not supposed to get above 12 apparently. So rugged up and looking forward to a great afternoon of football. We've got the reserves still to come. Shallow boundary throw in. And blame that on the breeze, but the players haven't quite worked that out just yet early on. little shove on sideways, so that's okay. Now, did have an opportunity, and that's very good umpiring. It's going to be a free kick going the way of Old Launcestonians. Now, another whistle.
I think just calling the player back on the mark a couple of metres.
Right. Okay, so the kick goes forward. That's very, very good hands there, and that is taken by Maddie Dunn. So she's about 60 out, and we'll kick it inside 50, out wide, too wide for everyone, and out of bounds it goes. So we'll get a boundary throw in. Just over a minute played here in the second term. No change to the score. Great to have your company wherever you might be watching on the live stream through the Ntfa and also Tassie Rules, Tasmania's footy show, also on our YouTube page. Wonderful to have you with us, and hope you enjoy the coverage and you're settled in for the afternoon.
Cool.
Oh, that's beautiful.
She's
almost been best on ground. She's had a great start to the game. Umpteen dozen possessions, and they're going to get a free kick here in the centre of the ground, and it is going to go the way of Old Launcestonians.
Yeah, ridden into the ground on that occasion. It was Jarman. Yeah, Blunston in the middle. Dufty picks it up. So you get the feeling the next few minutes will be really, really important here for OLs. They certainly won't want to concede a score. More swing and a miss. She's been great so far. Rankin also. I reckon I'm expecting a trainer to run out to her shortly and see her about the leather poisoning she's afflicted with, because she's had a heap of it. Dufty punches it to open space. This is what they do well, Bridgenorth. Ball bobbling along, bounces inside 50 in the direction of McKinnell. Bounces back the other way. Good pressure on that occasion from OLs. Toes it forward. Belted back the wrong way. The numbers around the footy, the Blues. Back towards the centre square. Eludes Jamison on that occasion. Rankin again, adding to her possession tally. Ball's going to bounce just the wrong way for the forward player. Here's an opportunity. Player tackled without the footy. Holding the ball on that occasion. Umpire adjudicated Bo Skinner that she had adequate time. That'll be Alice Robinson. Not Alice. I don't think that's Alice Robinson. Sorry, she's. I've got it mixed up. Similar hairdo to Alice Robinson. That was in the direction there on that occasion of Tyre Richardson, and that's gone out of bounds. So there'll be a throw in. A relieving free kick. Last touch outside the arcs. Replay there. OL's player pulled off the footy, and the umpire adjudicated that was holding the ball. Free kick. Dufty with strength. I've got to be aware of her just dropping back, as Darren Geard pointed out before, being that tall player behind the footy. Carries the pack. Rankin, beautifully controlled, shoots it out by hand to a teammate. Bridgenorth regathering, looked like a throw. That was Maddie Whitney. Opportunity here, beautiful mark taken on this occasion by Amelia Dowling. Say that this is going to be a crucial shot, Darren Gidd, will be an understatement.
Correct, and I think I did sort of say Sophie Farrow there around the footy. If she can get the ball off the tall timber, Ashmore, that she uses it quite well.
Dowling, about 25 metres out, close to the person on the mark, sits it up nicely. And just offline. It looked pretty good off the boot, Rick Fontaine, but first score for OLs. They move on to one behind. Bridgenorth 1-8.
Yeah, it did. It was a beautiful drop punt, but just to the wrong side of the goals. So much to the relief of Bridgenorth, but it's going to be Courtney Rice with the kicking in duties. Does play on. Goes short. Yeah, nice kick, but very well read. Here's an opportunity. Nice little fend off there by Blundstone. Quick snap. Where's it going to bounce? For a behind. Just to the wrong side of the post. So they've lifted here. Old Launcestonians kicking against the breeze in this second quarter. They move on to two behinds, 2 points. Bridgenorth leading by a goal, 1-8. No one on the mark again, so getting about a 15-minute advantage, metre advantage there, and over the back it spills. Luxor Fortune with the bounce. Phoebe Ketchell kicks it towards half forward. Here's a chance for McKinnell. Tackled straight away. Got the handball out though. And it might have been over the shoulder. No, just probably umpire just on the wrong side there. And we're going to get a ball up. Umpire Jeff Dolby. It's almost on the 50. Bridgenorth in attack. Chelsea Bessemer doing the ruck work this time, and that's a good tackle. Play on though.
It's the Sophie Farrow again, I think, or it may have been Carly. I think it was Sophie.
Ball's clear. We're in the centre of the ground. Numbers here with Bridgenorth. A little bit of space. Chance here for Dunn, who's tackled. Turnover. Favourable bounce. Ends with Dowling. Gets the handball out. Here's a chance now for Jamison. Kicks it inside 50. One-on-one contest coming up. Ball spills past them all. Chance now for Jarman. Can she pick it up? That's good defence from the Parrots as they get back. And we'll get a ball up about 20 metres out from Old Launcestonian's goal.
That's that Owell's play there. Push numbers up and actually try and slingshot it out of a stoppage.
Yeah, it's been a good few minutes for them here. They'll want to see if they can get a score as a reward. Or player drops the mark they should have taken, lost their feet as well. So Bridgenorth will run it out here. That was Lucy Cooper. Heads wide. Owells have got the numbers. Nicely done. Good desperation there on that occasion. That's terrific from Tegan Hodgetts. Outnumbered. Holds it up till the support arrives. Boundary line might win out. No, kept in. Umpire said that's mine. They've certainly looked better, Owells. And I think you mentioned, Geardy, the Farrow connection so important in generating that run for them.
They're certainly winning their fair share out of stoppage at the moment. So
they've looked a lot better as a result of that, Owells. They really want to get some reward for effort. You know, you could probably say Bridgenorth might have scored another goal or two in that first quarter. They dominated possession and field position, but couldn't convert on the board. Opportunity now here for Owells, towed forward by Jamison. Blunston, nice pick up, strength. Touched, I think, off the boot on that occasion. Bobbles around inside 50. Grice clears it out. Finds a teammate, and that's a nice mark taken there by Lucy Cooper. She's been busy. Cooper swings onto the right boot, heads out towards the wing position, and the ball bobbles over the boundary line. So bit of end-to-end stuff at the moment here at almost approaching 8 minutes in the second term. Bridgenorth 1-2-8, Owells 2 behinds. Rick Fontaine, Rob Sauer, Darren Geared in what promises to be a fantastic game, and it hasn't let us down so far, Rick.
It's been a good contest. Get Darren's comments in a moment, but two of the stars for Bridgenorth, Alice Robinson and, of course, Jenna Griffith's been very quiet in the early stages of the game. So there's certainly some upside for the Parrots, but it's been a very, very good period for Owells in the last 5 or 6 minutes. The ball going forward. Out to cross 50. And it's going to be bottled up there. And ball does spill out, but a little bit too late. Umpire Dolby comes in and we'll ball it up. So we're about on the 50. Bridgenorth in attack. Ashmore goes solo in the ruck. Kicked off the ground. Now here's an opportunity. Oh, brilliant work there. That was Mackenzie Lloyd, the skipper, but a quick snap. And it's going to go towards the boundary line because it was looking very dangerous, but put a body on the line, Darren Geared. Great work there from the skipper.
Attacked the contest. It almost looked like Bridgenorth were out to score a goal, and she just basically committed herself to the ball.
So around 15 metres out, boundary throw in, left forward pocket. Bridgenorth kicking to the northern end in the second term. We've crossed halfway in this quarter. It's a goal the difference. Trying to get the handball out there was Sophie Rankin. Has had plenty of the ball so far in this contest. Here's Woods, and that's going to go to the boundary line once again. Yeah, have a look at this. Ooh. Brilliant work, wasn't it? Put a body on the line, as you said. Great contest there from Mackenzie Lloyd, leading from the front. And I think the Old Launcestonian boys, they're firing up the boundary umpire down there as well. Here, supporting the women. Big cheer. Doing a great job. Now here's a chance. Kicked inside 50 from Courtney Grice. Over the back it spills. Again, great work there from Lloyd. Unable to take possession was Hodgetts.
Umpire Dolby just got a possession there. Ball bounced off his...
And there's Pade holding the ball, and it's going to come back here. It is going to be a Bridgenorth free kick. It's going to go the way of Tegan Hodgetts. Now be kicking right on the limit here from probably just around 40 metres in the end, directly in front. Has got the breeze. Looks like it's picked up a little bit, but she's going to set it up towards the top of the goal square. Can we get a mark? Not taken. Gee, a bit too much space there on that occasion. And finished off. No, a point. Gee, that was a golden opportunity, Darren Geared, for Bridgenorth, because a bit of poor defence.
Alice Robinson off the pack there, I think it was, that had the snap-on goal. Look, certainly OLs need to control the ball when it hits the ground in that defensive half.
Fry brings it back in for the Blues. Should be taken and is by Leicester. They really didn't want to concede one there, so luck was a fortune. Rankin carries her. Bridgnorth have got the numbers, perhaps high tackle potentially. Not holding the ball by the sounds of things. That's why I'm not an umpire, why I'm up here.
Sophie Farrow again, she seemed to have had a lot of it this quarter.
She's had a great quarter. She must have heard you, Giddy, at quarter time. Bridgnorth have regathered that. They go inside 50 back towards Griffiths. McKinnell, I should say. And held up just right on 50. I'm hoping that Coach Green has said to OLs about that goal side of their opponent, because I saw that as a problem in the first quarter. Conceding territory. Beautiful tackle. Griffiths.
Paid high.
Griffiths was running away. Luck was on her side there, and Rankin not rewarded on that occasion. Just got a high over the shoulder, and fair shout there.
Yep,
for a
good
free
decision
kick.
in the end.
Just inside 50. McKinnell loses the handle. OL's player pinged by the arm. Dana Lester, I think that was.
Even though Sophie Rankin gave away the free kick there, the intent as far as the chase was sensational.
Yeah, absolutely. First rate. Moore has been good this quarter too in that battle with Dufty. All bobbling around a dangerous position here for the OL's defence. Umpires found a free kick. Held onto it too long. And that's a free kick to Tegan Hodgetts. She's, if you've just joined us, it's the replay of what we saw a moment ago. She goes short on this occasion, sits it up. Nice mark. No, not paid. OLs have got the numbers around the footy. I thought that might have been taken on that occasion. But perhaps another hand in there. And McKinnell, I think, might have got a fingernail on that one. Moore and Dufty. Important here. OLs have got time to clear it. Too long, too slow. Great tackle, great pressure. She's been terrific this quarter, Tegan Hodgetts, hasn't she, Giddy?
She has, yeah. Look, she's had a really, really strong sort of last 4 to 5 minutes.
She's a lot closer this time too, so not without a chance. She's going to kick from about 25 metres out.
Breeze
again,
favouring.
slight angle, that's right. Drop punt is not great. That goes out of bounds.
She's kicked it to Jeremy Wilkinson. He didn't even have to move.
But look at the pressure here, but the intensity is lifted. That's a great decision. Definitely holding the ball. Prior opportunity. She's had a terrific quarter. You're right, Rob. So boundary throw in. Right forward pocket. Deep in Bridgnorth's attacking zone. In the context of the game, with under 3 minutes remaining in the quarter, they wouldn't want to concede a goal in a low-scoring game here. Here's a chance for Robinson. And that goes through for a behind to the Parrots, who move on to 1 goal, 4-10. Old Launcestonians 2 points. So we've got 2 minutes remaining here in the half. It's a handy 8-point lead to Bridgnorth. As I said, it's vitally important that OLs don't concede a late goal here. Whistle goes, and it will be a free kick. Some Bronx cheers coming from the crowd there.
Dana Lester there, I think, in front of the pack.
As Lester kicks it. They'll come forward, taking them on to get the handball out. No. It's been illegal disposal, so it's going to be a free kick going the way of Bridgnorth. Dickinson's got it. Still time to score. A minute and a half remaining. Ketchell, it goes past her. Now there's a chance for Ketchell, Phoebe Ketchell. And we're going to get a ball up right on the 50. Moore and Dufty. Moore this time. Got the tap out. Just lifted the eyes a little bit early there, but that might be paid as a throw. I think picked up. It is. Picked up by non-officiating umpire there, Jeffrey Dolby. Much to the relief of OLs, and they'll come away and kick it towards the centre of the ground. Just unable to take the mark there was Whitney. Races on. And that's very nicely gathered there by Grace Walker, one of the co-captains, along with Alice Robinson. Kick comes back in. It's taken by Amber Murphy. Now some space if it can collect the ball. Can. Farrow in the centre. Still time. We've got about 30 seconds remaining. Everything will have to go right, and it doesn't, because it's rebounded very nicely there by Walker once again. And we'll look for and find her co-skipper, Alice Robinson, who can relieve it. Nice mark taken here by Jenna Griffiths. Last chance, unable to take it there. Oh, now here's a chance. The kick is a goal.
Oh,
McKinnell.
right on the siren.
Wow, that hurts. Old Launcestonians as the siren sounds for half-time, and you could just see, Darren Geard, the heads have just dropped a little bit. There was absolutely crucial last minute. We spoke about they just don't want to concede, but they do. At half-time, it is Bridgenorth leading 2-4-16. Old Launcestonians 2 behind. Quick summary from you, Darren, just on that last minute.
Well, I think that quarter really was basically 2 halves. The first half that OL's controlled probably just couldn't capitalise and get a score on the board. And then the second part of that quarter was basically Bridgenorth just controlling the ball in their forward half. And look, to their credit, repeated efforts in that forward half, and Emily McKinnell kicked her second goal for the game. And 2 players relatively quiet in the game so far. Their 2 stars we mentioned earlier, Jenna Griffiths and Alice Robinson, featured very heavily in that final passage of play. So high fives all around from the Parrots as they come off, and it is half time here at UTAS Stadium in the Premier Division Grand Final. It's Bridgenorth 2-4-16, leading Old Launcestonians 2 behinds.
Harcourts, more than just real estate professionals.
It's a state of mind. Dreaming big, unearthing possibilities, identifying potential. We Tasmanians thrive on this. It's what makes us different. It's what drives us to succeed. Together, we can embrace the future. MCMF and us. A state of opportunity.
Imagine the possibility of selling beyond expectations. We're here to make that a reality. Harcourts, we make it possible.
All right, the players just coming back into position. Welcome back to our live coverage with Rick Fontaine, Rob Soward and Darren Geard with you here. Just a little bit of cloud cover. We can see the Longford Reserve boys just making their way off the ground. But we're just about in readiness. They're taking a fair while to get off the ground, I might add, because the players are ready to go.
I hope they move a bit quicker. I hope they move a bit quicker on game time.
Yeah, just to the right of our screen at the moment, they are in no hurry whatsoever to get off the ground. We're already running a little bit late, but there they go. No stress in the world.
I'm surprised Jeff Dolby didn't give him the hurry up with a well-timed whistle.
I don't think he'd bother to running another 100 metres to do that.
might be a free kick, centre square infringement at the start of the grand final, Geardy.
Indeed. Yeah, look at them. They're just like sheep having a field day, not finding enough grass in the paddock. They are not in a hurry. Now we're underway. Jeff Dolby holds the ball aloft and we're about to get underway. It is Bridgenorth leading the way. A significant margin when you look at the scores. 14 points is the difference. Really crucial that they get the first goal. Amber Murphy gets the ball out, and that's a holding the ball decision. Illegal disposal. And the free kick's going to come back here to Maddie Whitney. She's had a good game so far. Kicks the ball in short. Good one. And Robinson, Darren Geard, has just started to get into the game a little bit towards the end of that second quarter.
And no coincidence to Jenna Griffiths.
Exactly.
So the two that we spoke about.
Oh, what a mark.
Yeah, Emily McKinnell there. Too strong again.
Massive influence Emily McKinnell's having on this contest now. Kicked a goal with just seconds remaining to finish the half. And, this is going to test her. It's about probably 35 metres out, directly in front. It's a good-looking kick off the boot. Hasn't quite got the legs.
Certainly danger signs there if Alice Robinson and Jenna Griffith start to actually win the ball out of stoppage and out
most
of the middle
definitely. Now the kick towards full forward. It's going to go out towards the boundary. If you can collect it, just couldn't get her hands on the ball, Phoebe Ketchell, before it spilled out of bounds because she had a bit of space and time on her hands.
We've got a bit of cloud cover, and the windsock looks like it's totally died down now. So
it has.
Yeah.
Thank heavens we've got one windsock here, and that was a very good pickup from you, Darren Geard. Flat boundary throw in, thumped away towards the 50. Meeting the ball is Mia Jarman. Kicks it long along the boundary, very close to the boundary, and eventually goes over. You don't see that very often. She almost collected her own kick. So we've played almost 2 minutes. They play 16 flat minutes in the women's competition, and this is the two best teams in the Premier Division for the last 24 months. And head-to-head this year, it's Bridgenorth 2-1. They met a couple of weeks ago in the second semi-final where the Parrots won by 3 points in, strange circumstances. No one kicked a goal for the game, but it was horrendous conditions up at Youngtown that day. Here's Dufty, and Moore does well, thumps it to ground, sharked by Walker. Co-captain, along with Alice Robinson. And we will get another ball up.
All the players on the ground on that railway side of the oval.
In case you joined us late, we saw a great under-18 game, and Bridgenorth came from the clouds and almost stole it. South Launceston getting a late goal, unable to hang on. And that's brilliant work there from Lehman. Taylor Lehman kicks it, unable to take the mark was Carly Farrow. And now Jarman. Ball spills free. Kicked forward by Christina Kelly and just shoved out of the way. Jess Jamison doing well. And they've just worked it forward through hard work. Sophie Rankin. They'll come forward, kick. It's going to bounce. Is it going to bounce all the way? It's not. Picking up the ball. Beautiful work. Great tackle. Didn't see it coming. Taylor Lehman pinged for holding the ball. Wonderful work there from Alice Robinson.
That's a goal-saving tackle. Taylor Lehman, I think, thought she had a lot more time. But nice passage of play there from OLs, and they need to string some more of those together. Beautiful tackle. Tyre Richardson. The tackling's just gone up another level in this quarter, and she's rewarded for her great efforts there.
Coach Bobby Beams from Bridgenorth, big round of applause. He is riding every kick in this game. He spoke to him yesterday and just wants it so badly.
Yeah, absolutely. And the desperation you can see there in the Parrots players. Chopped off on that occasion there by Dana Lester. She's been good in the Blunston direction. He's outnumbered. Parrots are going to come away. Again, another example of a good tackle. Rankin steps through traffic, drives it back inboard. Another great tackle. Ball spills free. Desperation aplenty from both sides, as you'd expect in a grand final. Sits for Rankin. Beautifully done, Sophie Rankin. Comes away with it with an inside 50. Just carries the forward player there. Bridgnorth have got the numbers. Steady it out. Now they'll clear it. Emma Woods, high ball chopped off across the back there. That was Farrow. Heads in board. A nice mark taken there, Taylor Lehman. Shortest player on the field, I'd say, Taylor Lehman, but just got herself in the right position, protected drop, and took a nice mark on her chest.
She did everything right in that last contest, other than accounting for Alice Robinson coming at 100 miles an hour.
Yeah, she'll want to make amends here because this is a really, really important shot on goal. Strikes it nicely. Just doesn't quite get the trip, and it swerved at the last minute. And they need goals, not behinds, OLs, but a promising start. They've got it at the right end of the ground. They really want to lock it in here, and I think we've talked, Giddy, before you mentioned Farrow, how important they are, Rankin around the ball, Moore. They've just got to really carry them, haven't they?
They've got to lift and basically try and lock this ball in their front half, create some scoring opportunities.
Well, they're listening to Giddy. They've done just that. Chipped in ball there by Jamison. Oh, mark dropped on that occasion. That was Jarman. Blunston battling on there. Good pressure around the footy. They'll go out of bounds in the pocket. Just approaching 6 minutes gone. Bridgnorth 2-4-16. OLs 3 behinds. The goal here could make things interesting. Certainly bring some heat back into this contest. Plenty of time left.
I think OLs, they need to score a goal, don't they? I think really just to give them a bit of momentum in the contest.
Yeah, and it's that scoreboard pressure, isn't it? You know, it's changes the nature of events sometimes. It's only 13 points, but as Rick Fontaine said, it's quite a sizable margin given that we've played half a footy and they haven't kicked a goal yet, OLs.
And I think, as Rick highlighted before, they've played each other 4 times this year, and OLs have gone goalless in 2. Yeah. So that's, I think, kick that goal, get a bit of belief.
Absolutely. It's going to sit nicely there. That was Stokel, pumps it out. Bouncing around just there near the boundary line. Last touch on that occasion was off Grace Walker, the co-captain. Boundary throw-in. I'll be the first to admit I'm not quite across this rule. It seems in some instances it's a boundary throw-in and others it's last touch.
If there's a contest, then the umpire can't tell who may have actually come off, then they will actually ball it up. If it's clear, then it's basically the lasso last touch.
Well explained there for our listeners by Darren Geard. Ball there in the hands of Ashley Moore. She's going to send it goalward. She runs around the player on the mark, pumps it in. Lots of bodies back there. Oh, high fly. Not taken on this occasion. Sits, beautiful hands across the ball there from Jenna Griffiths. Saved another certain goal, Rick Fontaine.
Quick whistle.
Very quick whistle. I thought there was basically took possession and tried to kick it.
Yep. So maybe a lucky free kick there going the way of Jenna Griffiths. Kick goes out wide. It's really nicely done there by Phoebe Ketchell. Gets a kick towards centre wing, playing in front. Might have been held as well. That was Dana Lester, who, as Rob Sowd called earlier, having a good game. 3 players here, and there was a touched off the boot. I don't think it was. It's off Alice Robinson. So let's have a look at this replay here. Thanks to Nick Waldron there from Round Table Studio, getting it up in an absolute flash. Good contest there at full forward as well. So it's going to be a free kick going the way of Hovington. Number 8 for Old Launcestonians. It beats everyone over the top. So that wind, it has picked up a little bit again. It's a bit tricky, Darren Geard.
It is. Once again, OLs just need to make the most of the opportunities while they have the ball in their forward half.
Yeah, they need to score. They really need a goal here. Just then it would lift their spirits. They're throwing everything at Bridgnorth, but just can't get reward at the moment. And it was a beautiful tap from Monique Dufty. down to a teammate in Lucy Cooper, but she gets the free kick anyway, and that's off the side of the boot, and it goes out of bounds.
That's got to be a last touch one. Yeah, I picked that one.
Yep.
Doesn't take much to confuse me with Saturday, Geardy. I'll give you the tip.
If you look at it at the moment, it's probably hard to pick up on the vision, but basically every player is almost in that quadrant. So making it very contested.
Jarman pumps it in to Lehman. Opportunity, shot on goal. Taylor Lehman. And she's...
no.
Teammate should have shepherded it through. She knows. Oh, dear.
It's a hard one, though. It could have bounced on its end and come straight back. So
Danielle Kelly caught betwixt and between as whether to mark it or shepherd it through. And here we go. We'll see it on the replay. Right on the goal line. Oh.
Actually bounced back into it.
Yeah.
I think she didn't touch it on the first time through.
Yeah,
So
it's unlucky in that occasion. It's a wonder of our game. You just never know which way that ball's going to bounce. It's been all OLs the last few minutes, but not rewarded on the scoreboard. Rankin, quick hands out of the contest. Here they are. They're out again. Rankin gathers her own ball, chips it forward into the side 50. Blunston just eludes her. Bobbling around, dangerous position. Lots of bodies around the footy.
how dangerous does Lehman look, though, at the moment? The ball on the deck in that forward half. She seems to be onto everything.
Yeah, she's certainly, unsided, probably fair to say, for the first half. They hadn't had it up there a lot, but she's looked electric every time the ball's gone forward.
She's kicked 12 goals for the year during the roster season.
Yeah.
So
You'd like to see her moving here as the Rucks do battle and come charging through. All out to space. Moore will gather that. Desperate times here for the Parrots. Smothered. Bobbling around with pressure around the footy. I think that was out of bounds when she gathered it there. Emma Woods. And we'll have another stoppage. 11 minutes gone and 16 minutes quarters, as Rick pointed out earlier. So you'd like to think, if you're an OL supporter, a goal here is an absolute must before three-quarter time.
a goal here to OLs, and all of a sudden we've got a one-goal ball game, which, for the control that Bridgenorth have had, would certainly set us up for an interesting finish.
Yeah, absolutely. Dufty and Moore. Dufty, both of them been very good. Moore taps it into a dangerous position. Blunston running on. Got Cooper in front of a good body positioning there from Lucy Cooper. Smart. Boundary line winning out on that occasion. We're approaching 12 minutes, so we're running out of time, Rick.
Here we are. This is, look, they've just had the ball deep in their attacking zone for some time now. Old Launcestonians just not getting the reward. Came so close a few moments ago. Bright sunshine here at UTAS Stadium. That's a good tackle, and doing really well there as well was Dufty to not do the sling tackle, just held it well, pinned it in, and more. Dufty go. Dufty's been terrific, Darren. Moore's done well in the ruck, but just hasn't had that influence around the ground that Dominic Dufty's had.
I think it's sort of either rucks probably had their patch where they've sort of really dominated. Certainly there at one stage there, OLs were controlling it through the Farrow girls, basically getting the ball out of the middle. But it's an interesting contest in the air.
Yeah, free kick on this occasion. The umpires picked that one out. Bridgenorth's way, timely, as we're heading up towards 13 minutes. 16-minute quarters, as we've said, so not long to go. Sits there nicely for Cooper. Just trundling out there towards the wing. Beautifully met there by her OL's opponent. Hannah Williams clears it out, pumps it back, and that's a courageous mark.
And 50.
Dealt with late. Just not what one should want to give up there if you're an OL's player, but courage personified there.
Jenna
Griffiths. Absolute champion. Look at this. I've seen on the replay. Hitting the ribs a bit late, and I think that was Amber Murphy, the offending player for OLs. Griffiths now in a dangerous position, pumping it inside 50. Sits it up nicely. Her teammate in Hallie Mayburn couldn't gather that one, Rick.
This is danger time, I think, to Robin Geardy, because we saw late in that second quarter, Bridgenorth got that crucial goal. They're 2 goals in front. We've got 2.5 minutes remaining in this third quarter, so massive period. It's at the wrong end of the ground for Old Launcestonians. It's been in there 50 for most of the quarter, but haven't been able to put scoreboard pressure. Just the 2 behind so far in this quarter.
Yeah, certainly Abbey Green wouldn't want to concede one here.
Umpire Jeff Dolby tosses it up. Ashmore, two-handed pump down, and that's holding the ball. So, gee, the tackling's been good from Bridgenorth this morning. The pressure has been intense from the word go. And it's going to come inside 50 now to about 15 out. Almost got over the back there all alone, but it's a 2-on-1 contest. Plenty of pressure here from Emily McKinnell. They do well, though. And it's going to trickle out of bounds, but it's still in a dangerous position with 1.5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. It's Bridgenorth leading by an even 2 goals, 2-4 to 4 behinds. Emily McKinnell with both goals.
They've just got the depth of goal kickers, the Parrots too, when you look across their forward line.
Dangerous spot once again. The relieving kick by Dana Lester, who has had a good game. Here's a little bit of space. It's Griffiths again. Looks for and finds a tip. They've had it on a string, these two together. Alice Robinson kicks it to full forward. Mark couldn't be taken. Bounce to the ball's favour. There's 3 Bridgenorth players there. They couldn't get there. That ball just does funny things sometimes. And the OL's defence rush in, and wow, what an opportunity that was for Bridgenorth.
Strong defence from OL, to shut that down.
30 seconds to go. Absolutely vital that OLs do not concede. Tossed up. Good work there from Bessemer in the ruck, and we'll get another ball up. Time ticks away. Again, Bessemer does well. Good tap forward there. That from Phoebe Ketchell. Late chance here. Ball spills free, and now they come from everywhere, and that's just about going to do us here in the third quarter. So the stage is set. 3-quarter time at UTAS Stadium as the siren sounds, and Bridgenorth are going to take a 2-goal margin into the final quarter of the 2024 Ntfa Premier Division Senior Women's Competition. Darren Geard, quick summary from you as we head to the break.
I think it was probably a quarter that OL just had missed opportunities. They had so much ball in their forward half and just weren't able to capitalise. So, and then really in the end there's some strong defending just to deny Bridgenorth that opportunity. My concern is that quarter, the ball being down that Invermay Park end, is the wind sort of starting to have a bit of a factor around that.
All right, it's 3-quarter time. Stick with us. Anything can happen still. The margin is 12 points. Bridgenorth 2-4-16. Old Launcestonians 4 behinds. Back in a moment.
Harcourts, more than just real estate professionals.
It's a state of mind. Dreaming big, unearthing possibilities, identifying potential. We Tasmanians thrive on this. It's what makes us different. It's what drives us to succeed. Together, we can embrace the future. MCMF and us. A state of opportunity.
Imagine the possibility of selling beyond expectations. We're here to make that a reality. Harcourts, we make it possible.
to 16 minutes ahead for the Bridgnorth Parrots, and as I said at the outset, redemption's a word. You can't take back what happened last year, but you sure as eggs know that they are keen as beans to reverse that result. And Bobby Beams, the terrific Bridgnorth coach and long-time involvement in the club, the wonderful community support. We were actually chatting on air earlier for a place that doesn't have a township per se, but an area and a district. The support here for them today is outstanding. So they've got 16 minutes ahead of them to maintain and build on the lead, whereas for OLs it's all in front of them. They've really got to roll the dice in this 16 minutes if they are going to turn this game around. Almost in readiness. The Longford reserves players moving with a little bit more pace as they remove themselves from the ground. They're getting ready for their grand final coming up next. Michael Main is warming up here at the moment, stretching up, ready to call the big encounter there with South Launceston. But here we are, Rick Fontaine, Rob Sauer, Darren Geard for the last quarter. Bridgnorth versus OL's Premier Division women. Rucks do battle. Dufty, she's been really, really good today. Got first hand on. And as we were saying off air just in the break, Darren Geard, that breeze is favouring that Invermay Park end of the ground that Bridgnorth are running in.
Yeah, it looks like it may have picked up a little bit. So we'll see what happens in the early part of this quarter. Certainly OLs need to score first goal.
There's no coincidence that, in the premiership quarter, Alice Robinson was terrific and she gave them their first inside entry there. Umpires picked out a free kick holding the ball. Taya Richardson will take that. And first inside 50 for Bridgnorth this quarter. Oh, beautiful mark. She's been fantastic back there today in defence. Their defence has been pretty good as far as those types of marks have gone. Kick wasn't up to it though. Back towards Richardson. And she's held up just inside 50.
It's the difference between possession and the capacity to maintain possession, isn't it, really?
Absolutely. Taken beautifully on that occasion. I think that was Hodgetts, was it? She's pumped that. Griffiths, pumped that forward, and I'm not quite sure if that found the chalk. Looks like it might have done.
Inside, yeah.
Jonathan Thurston special, that one, Rick Fontaine.
Well, yes, indeed. Boundary throw in. Minute and a half played. Just got to get an early goal, give them something, but that's going to come straight back in as the mark taken there by Madison Dunn, and looks for and finds a teammate all alone in Lucy Cooper. Plays on straight away, kicks it up towards the square. Unable to take the mark there was Lester. Good tackle though, ball spills, no prior opportunity, and high tackle? No. Good umpiring.
Yep.
So ruck contest, dangerous position. Here is an opportunity there for Dufty. Got the ball out of that ruck contest. Lloyd does well. Gee, she attacks the ball hard. Leading from the front, the skipper tackled. Good decision to play on because made the ball her target and got it forward very nice and easily. Ball tossed up once again. Here's Rankin, a little bit quieter in that third term, and a great first half for OLs, leading from the front. And we'll get another ball up. So big thank you, of course, to all of our partners here. The Ntfa Grand Final Day, Armstrong's Insurance Brokers, LRF Sport, Jay Bogan's son, of course, Cleanaway, naming rights sponsor of the women's competition once again, MCMF, Murdoch Clark Mortgage Fund, and our principal partner for today's coverage of the live stream. Big thank you to Jeremy Wilkinson from Harcourts Launceston. Almost 3 minutes played, no change to the score at three-quarter time. And the ball not really going forward at the moment. A little bit of a stalemate. And here's Rankin again. Kicks it to space. Running onto it. Here's a chance for Fulton. Comes clear. And now here's a chance for Robinson. Kicks it out wide. McKinnell. Foot race. Lloyd leads the way. Does well. Picks it up. Mackenzie Lloyd does kick it just for the centre. Attacking it. Brilliant play. Gee, she started this quarter well.
She's trying to lift them, isn't she?
My word, she is. Here's Rankin. Two of their best players have certainly lifted in these early stages, but an errant kick, and the ball ends up with Maddie Dunn.
Dunn, she's been good today too. Looks for her options further afield. Sits it inside 50. Beautifully chopped off there.
Oh, well, there was a marking contest.
So did I. That's why I haven't got a whistle, unfortunately. And the umpire said no. I'm not sure if they felt that her intent wasn't the ball, but there's going to be a free kick there to Maddie Whitney. You might see that one on the replay shortly, but looked like a good honest marking contest. Whitney sits it up. Oh, too strong. Emily McKinnell, front position. She just holds her ground so well, and she's taken a very, what could be a telling mark as she lines up for the third. There's that contest we were talking about. Well, there you go. Umpires do a good job. Moves in, McKinnell. Just offline. That could have been the ball game. Even though it's early doors in this last quarter. We move on to 2-5-17 for Bridgenorth. OL's 4 behinds, but that could have potentially been a bridge too far. If you play 3 quarters of footy and you don't kick a goal, it makes it hard to snag 3 or 4 of them in a quarter.
Some would say that might be an important point, Rob Soward, as the margin now is 13 points.
A handy point, Rick.
Yep, kicked into a dangerous position as well, about 30 metres out, directly in front, and that's going to be let go by the umpires. Now here's the chance, strong tackle, getting out of it very, very nicely indeed was Maddie Whitney. Ball bounces teeth the goal. Here's Mackenzie Lloyd again, having an outstanding final term, the skipper, and that's a nice mark taken there by Sophie Farrow. They've got to get a move on very quick. Not a lot of presenting going on up the ground.
I know they probably need Mackenzie Lloyd back there. She's such a pillar in their defence, but with her run and dash at the moment, you could almost use her on the ball. Special comments from Darren Geard. Madison Dunn, that's about a third mark of the quarter so far. She's rebounded very well. Rankin kicks it, skews off the side of the boot, very close to the boundary line. Kept in very well there by Jarman. Mia Jarman. Attacking it hard. Grand final on the line here. You can see the intensity is lifted, but Bridgenorth are doing a very, very good job to negate the pressure being applied by Old Launcestonians. 6 minutes. We're approaching halfway in this final quarter. No scoreboard damage from OLs yet. They're stuck on 4 behinds. Bridgenorth 2-5-17.
Yeah, it's the time clock is going to become even more of Bridgenorth's friend if this continues like this. They'd be wrapped with this sort of start, even though there's a minimal addition to the score, only 1 behind to them. But the time clock's getting chewed up. We're almost approaching 6.5 minutes, just ticked over that. And no damage to the score. Ball up on the just near the wing position, you'd probably say. Dufty, been great today. Another look at it for Bridgenorth here. They hold firm on this occasion. Madeline Brown pumps it back towards the wing, takes an odd bounce, and Mia Jarman almost ended up on the interchange bench then, but thankfully no damage done, and a boundary throw in just in front of that interchange area. Bridgenorth 2-5-17, OL's 4 behinds, just ticked over 7 minutes in the last quarter here of the Ntfa Premier Women's Grand Final. Rankin, she's been battling hard all day for the Blues. Bridgenorth player tackled there, nicely picked up Griffiths, pumps it forward. Mark taken there in defence by Dana Lester, taking a stack of those today. Lester plays on quickly as she has to. Back towards a contest. Rankin out-pointed on this occasion by Robinson. That's been a good battle today, but Robinson certainly has had the best of that, you'd probably say, in the last quarter and a half. Robinson pumps it forward. Bit of end-to-end stuff. The mark taken there in the last line. Again. Yeah, Dana Lester moves it on quickly. Odd bounce, doesn't sit to the OL's advantage. Bridgenorth come away with it again. Just occupying some space just outside that 50 or on that 50. Free kick picked out on this occasion to Anastasia Hovington. She moves it on quickly. Time's their enemy at the moment. OL's gives it to a teammate. Dufty there providing some support. Quick handball out. That was Griffiths. She's been in everything in the last few minutes. What do they got to do here, Geardy? OL's, do you think, to try and pinch a goal?
Oh, look, I think that they've somehow got to really just get into their forward half. That's the issue at the moment. They haven't been able to get it past the wing. So now whether they actually sort of putting up more numbers around the footy or whether they bring someone who gives them a bit of dash and carry in Mackenzie Lloyd up to the contest. They've got a free kick here on the half-back flank, so there's an opportunity to take it forward.
It's just been played this quarter sort of almost between the Bridgnorth half-forward line and the wing position. So we've had a stack of stoppages around there, and that's just going to work in their favour. Dufty pumps it forward for the Parrots. Wells playing Met high there. Umpire calls play on. Still physical, even though we're heading towards, we've just ticked over halfway in the last quarter. There'll be some tired bodies out there. It's a big ground and a sunny day. I wouldn't say a warm day, Darren.
No, not overly warm.
Snow to 200 metres. I'm sure people are feeling that chill in the air. I think the snow in the corridor outside our beautiful warm studio here that we're calling from.
Mon Dufty's really started to take control of in the ruck.
Yes, she has. Emily McKinnell, dangerous. The goal scorer pumped that one forward, but it just took a little off break and a little leg break, I should say, and went through there for a behind. So Bridgnorth move on to 2-6-18. Old Launcestonians 4 behinds. So a 14-point margin as we approach 10 minutes, 16-minute quarters, so not a lot of time for Owells to chip into that lead. It's all Bridgnorth at the moment, though. Sits nicely there for Tegan Hodgetts. Gets her own ball back, goes out towards Richardson. She's been busy. Picked up again by Hodgetts. Shot on goal, and beautiful mark taken inside the boundary line by Hallie Mayburn. So you reckon she'd use her full 30 seconds here and run that clock down, Mayburn?
Multiple efforts here from Hodgetts to sort of retain the ball in the forward half.
Mayburn keeps it low, offline, aways to the near side. Another behind though, and it was always going to be a three score effort for Owells, but the time clock is just not going to be their friend at the moment. Brought out by Mackenzie Lloyd, runs a full measure, pumps it forward. All Bridgnorth around the footy. Held up there in a stoppage just outside 50. Phoebe Ketchell. Dufty knocked off it by Moore. Robinson. More of the time clock being tuned up. Umpire Dolby says that's mine, right on the point of the centre square. Throws it up, Moore and Dufty.
I think we're getting to that stage in the game, Rob, where 4.5 minutes and really they need to kick 3 goals.
Yeah, we're almost into that Lee Matthews time, aren't we?
Yeah.
And that's where it starts to get really, really tough.
And when you look, they haven't kicked a goal for the game. So where do they find? Where do they find 3 goals from?
That's right. That's a fantastic tackle there from Emily McKinnell. She's playing like it's the first quarter. Full of energy. They're full of running, the Parrots. Lucy Cooper pumps it forward to the pocket. Carries. Just goes over for a behind. Didn't get the bounce they wanted. But as Darren Gidd was saying, 4 minutes remaining. They need essentially 4 goals. It's a big road forward. They haven't kicked one in 58 an hour. So to find 4 in 4 minutes is a big ask. Bounces off an Owells player there. I think that was Murphy. Headed back into play, and it'll be a ball up on the 50 arc. Rob Soward, Rick Fontaine's just left us for the moment to go down and do the ground duties. Alice Robinson pumps it inside 50. Owells have got the numbers.
They've been strong defending Owells this quarter, but just haven't been able to transition into their attacking half.
Absolutely, and that was our special comments operator, Darren Gidd. Women's Premier League Grand Final.
It looks like there's an injury out here to a player for Owells.
And the player just being assisted from the ground there. In the shadows of the finish. 13 minutes gone. Well, as I said at the outset, Darren, I hate to say redemption. You can't bring back what happened, but it's going to be revenge perhaps for the Parrots.
Oh, look, I think it really caps off a really strong season, to only drop the 1 game. 2 Owells during the season, so and as I say, to play them 4 times, and they actually haven't scored a goal twice. This will be the 3rd time they haven't scored a goal against them in the over the course of the year. So certainly caps off a strong year for Bridgnorth.
Yeah, they've certainly during the call we've noted they've certainly got that balance across their side, Bridgnorth, whereas Owells have certainly got some terrific standout players. But the depth of Bridgenorth probably has been the difference today, Geardy.
Yeah, and look, capacity to use the ball more efficiently.
Yeah, they've certainly looked more dangerous going forward, whereas OLs have sort of belted it forward and run onto it, created some opportunities. They probably ruining the couple of missed opportunities they had in those good patches of play to generate that scoreboard pressure. Belted out of there by Amber Murphy. It's lived in that forward half for Bridgenorth this quarter. Maddie Whitney dispossessed. I'm not sure if the umpire's going to say unfairly.
It's a free kick to
Robinson.
Robinson, is it? Yep.
Yeah. She's got all the time in the world, Alice Robinson. 14 and a half minutes gone. That means a minute and a half to play. They can smell the champagne, I'm sure, Geardy, and taste it in that Premiership Cup. Robinson heads for home. Sits it up, off hands, bobbling around the square. Dangerous. Let's boot it through. Oh, fantastic, Hallie Mayburn. That's the cherry on the top for what's going to be a magnificent victory to the Bridgenorth Parrots.
There's a bit of a melee in the middle of the ground.
I don't know what happened back there in the middle. Players being thrown around there. We don't want to see that. Certainly shouldn't undo that fantastic effort. Look at the desperation here from Mayburn. Cristiano Ronaldo would have been proud of that one. Hallie Mayburn adding herself to the score sheet. 30 seconds to go. Resulting free kick there as a result of that dust up there to Dufty. Ball inside 50 again from Bridgenorth. It's camped up that end of the ground this quarter. And as we count down, Darren, you know, you talked about them being the dominant side this season, probably over the last two seasons, and great reward for effort.
Yeah, fantastic result for the club.
We're 7 seconds away from the siren. We'll count it down. I'm sure the Parrot supporters are. And there it is. The Bridgenorth Parrots, 3 goals, 8-26. Defeating OL's 4 behinds in the grand final. Bridgenorth are premiers. And what a fantastic result that is. You can see the jubilation. It's 9 months worth of work to get here today. And I'm sure last year's effort stung them over that pre-season, Darren Geard.
Yeah, I think that look, and take nothing away from OLs, they certainly fought the game out. Probably just relied on too few. I think Dana Lester was probably a really important player for them. Certainly both Farrow girls had moments, and Sophie Rankin was really good as well. But I think, yeah, look, across the whole contest, it just relied on too few.
I think that was the difference, Darren, as we said. They certainly got a lot out of their top-end players, but the difference at both ends too with the forward lines, as we sort of were talking, we're just looking on the sheets here. Bridgenorth have got a greater spread of goal scorers, even though today Emily McKinnell 2, Hallie Rayburn 1. I mean, you look at their forward line, you look at old Launcestonian's forward line, it was always going to be a tough ask.
The efficiency of Bridgenorth when they got it in their forward half, and their ability to actually score, where it looked like with OLs it was get the ball in their forward half and just see what they could actually manufacture. Didn't seem to be a lot of structure around their scoring opportunities.
Yeah, and you can see the players down there in their huddles, but wonderful effort from Bridgenorth, and again, just shine the light on that Bridgenorth community. We saw in the earlier game their under-18s went down valiantly. The reserves last week, Darren, double overtime. Yes. Could have almost been here today in the reserves.
And I did have to look into the rule book to see what actually would have transpired, and was advised that it would have been continuous overtime until a result was achieved.
Wow.
There's no golden point, or there's no finite end to a game there, so yes.
Nah, fantastic. So the Bridgenorth community certainly be enjoying the spoils here. Wonderful supporters. I saw them down there when I came in earlier in full voice. And a lot of red, yellow and green. The Parrot colours down there near the boundary line. They'd be wrapped with that. Bobby Beams, as I mentioned, the coach. Certainly a reward for effort, but take nothing away from OLs. They battled valiantly, and the defending premiers, not their day today, but these two sides have had some fantastic battles through the last 2 years, and fitting that both of them are here on that one day in September today. But
yeah, I think that's it. I think it's a fitting finale for the season that and the contest that we actually had out there.
Well, getting ready for the presentations, but we might just run through some better players for both sides, and I'll kick off for OLs, and I'll hand over to you, Geardy, for Bridgenorth. But OLs, the players sort of came in and out of it. Taylor Lehman, we saw bob up for a quarter. Sophie Farrow was good. Carly Farrow was good. We called Sophie Rankin a fair bit. She was terrific. Dana Lester. The only worry I always have when I talk about defenders, Geardy, if you're mentioning them in your best players, it means the ball's up there a lot.
Yep.
She was great. The captain, Mackenzie Lloyd, full of courage. Quickly over to you for Bridgenorth.
Look, Bridgenorth, I think, were really well served. I thought Tegan Hodgetts was really good across the four quarters. Jenna Griffiths and Alice Robinson seemed to come into the game later on. Madison Dunn was really good late. And I think four-quarter effort, I think, just out of the middle was Mon Dufty really gave the Bridgenorth midfield first use. I think they'll probably, and obviously with Emily McKinnell, her capacity to finish, so she finished with 2 goals.
Thanks very much, Darren. We'll sign off Rob Soward, Rick Fontaine, who's down on the oval, and Darren Geard. The Bridgenorth Parrots are premiers in the Ntfa Premier Division Women's Competition. 3 goals, 8-26. OL's 4 behinds. So we're just getting ready for the presentations. Coming up next, we've got Michael Maney calling the Reserves Grand Final, which is South Launceston and Longford. So that's a
4 years in a row, is it? I think that they've played each other, these two teams.
I think you're right, and South will certainly want to reverse the last 2 years. We'll head down to the ground.
Presentations underway now. And firstly, I'd ask you please to show your appreciation. We'll get life member Jeff Skeggs to present the medals. If we could have one of our umpires, please, to move forward to collect the medals for your part in today's grand final. Great work, guys. Terrific job on the boundary there with these tricky, windy conditions. So well done to our 6 umpires in today's women's grand final. These two teams have been the dominant teams of Premier Division women's football now for the last 2 years. They always put on a great contest, a lot of respect for each other, and unfortunately there is always a loser. But for now, I'd like to ask a star of women's football here in Northern Tasmania, the coach of Old Launcestonians, Abby Green, to come forward and say a few words, please.
First of all, thanks for everybody coming down and supporting women's football. It's a good turnout this year. Bridgenorth, congratulations. You know, you've been in the run for, 2 years now, and you really stepped up today. It was a bloody good performance. Credit to you, enjoy the moment. And looking into next season, we'll be back again, so hopefully see you girls there. But yeah, well done, mate. Good job. To my girls, the committee, everybody at the Blues, I just want to say a massive thank you for this season. It's been quite challenging, but at the end of the day, you know, we made it to the final hurdle. I'm so bloody proud of all of you girls, just the way you stick together. You're a little family, you know, you stand united, and you know, just be there for one another, which I know you will. Harry, what a season to get you on board. Thank you so much. It's been different for me this year being on the sidelines, and honestly, you've been an inspiration to me and the girls, so thank you. Everybody else involved, thank you very much.
Well said, Abby. Congratulations. I'm going to invite life member Jeff Skeggs of the Ntfa to come forward to present the medal for the player judge best on ground today. And congratulations, the winner of the medal from the Bridgenorth Football Club, Monique Dufty. Congratulations, Mon. Terrific game. Now time to present our premiership medals, and we'll invite Louise Miller, Director of Women's Football for the Ntfa, to present the medals, and Matt Eisel. A big thank you to Cleanaway, who've been an outstanding supporter of women's football here in northern Tasmania. Matt Eisel to present the caps. And we're going to start once again with number 1, Monique Dufty. Number 3, Jenna Griffiths. Number 8, Emily McKinnell. Number 10, Maddie Whitney. Number 11, Phoebe Ketchell. Number 12, Michaela Stokel. Next up, number 14, Lucy Cooper. Number 15, Taya Richardson. Number 17 is next, Georgia Rigby. Number 19, Emma Woods. Number 20, Courtney Grice. Number 23, Gabby Phillips. Number 24, Nicalia Down. Number 25, Alex Dickinson. (26) Tegan Hodgetts. Number 35, Madison Dunn. (38) Hallie Mayburn. Number 43, Chelsea Besma. And our co-captains, firstly, number 5, Alice Robinson. Number 34, Grace Walker. And last but not least, the coach of the Bridgenorth Football Club, Bobby Beams.
Thank you. Firstly, to the sponsors, to Cleanaway, and a big shout out to Bogues, who are a big supporter of our league for decades. To Louise Millward, thank you. Your support of each and every girl here and every other girl in the Ntfa, we cannot thank you enough. Thank you very much, and keep fighting the fight. To OLs, to Abby and to everyone involved at your program there, to make 5 grand finals in a row is an outstanding effort. Be very proud. Obviously you were in this position last year, and it does feel very special, but you're a very good program. We have formed a very good rivalry, and long let it live. We will continue to work behind the scenes to put the rights to women's footy how they should be. So we'll do that. To our team, to our assistant coaches, to Robbo, to Alec, to Aaron, to Ron, thank you very much. Outstanding effort, everything you've done. To our support staff in Bron, Gussie and Em and Di Ketchell, who's here somewhere with our cup. And to this brilliant group of players, 25 of you, it took us all to get there. We did it. We did it, and we're going to enjoy it.
Well done, Bobby. Now going to invite Ntfa President Damien Ryan. Bobby, we'll get you to stay there to accept the premiership flag for the Bridgenorth Football Club, premiers for our senior women's competition in the Premier Division. All right, only one more duty to perform, and I'm going to invite Bridgenorth legend Di Ketchell to come forward to present the Premiership Cup. I'll invite the captains, please, to also join Bobby Beams on the stage. So Grace and Alice, if you could make your way forward to accept the Premiership Cup. Up you go, Di, well done. So the Premiership Cup in our Premier Division for 2024 goes to the Bridgenorth Football Club.